Hey, what's going on? It's me, Mex, and before the ranking starts, I just want to say three things. So, there's obviously going to be spoilers for Hajime No Ippo. These rankings are based off my opinion, and these rankings are pound for pound rankings on current non-retired boxers in the series, so let's get into it. I know you wouldn't expect Sendo to have so much IQ, but the reason I gave him an 8 out of 10 is because in his spar with Miyata, he was quickly able to learn Miyata's fighting style and use it against him. Which is surprising, not only because he was going up against one of the fastest boxers in the series, but also one of his worst matchups since Miyata is a counter-puncher. I'll also be counting national titles even if they aren't the biggest. Miyata is the only fighter on this list to have the same score as someone under him, but the reason I think him and Sendo are close is because of the spar they had in chapter 810 through 812, where at first Miyata was dominating, but he held back, and Sendo started dominating, and he then held back. I think since Sendo swings so wide, Miyata would floor him with a full weight counter.
You so fucking precious when you smile.
Since Wally was able to hang with Ippo when he only had 3 fights up to that point, I think it's safe to say that he is the most naturally gifted boxer in the whole series, even if he lost his match with Ippo. Even though Wally now has 25 fights, we still don't know how much he has grown since he fought Ippo, and because of that, I'm still gonna say experience is his biggest weakness. Mashiba has proven himself to be a strong fighter throughout the whole course of the series, and the reason I have him this high is because he beat an ex-world champion in his last fight, meaning he clearly is world champion level. Very skilled, and the only thing that has seemed to hold him back in the series is racism. And now we have the most controversial placement on the list, and the reason Takamura is only second is because not only does he have more weaknesses than number 1 spot, but also because the series has gone out of its way to show that Takamura is somewhat average against other world champions. And what I mean by that is that Takamura has always struggled fighting against other world champions, and he's nearly lost more than once. Now, hear me out. I know these stats are probably blown out of the water a little bit, but since we haven't even seen Ricardo Martinez at full potential, since he's never even had a hard fight, I'm just gonna assume that this is how strong he truly is. But since he is a big final boss of Hajime no Ippo, I think it makes sense for him to be this OP. So, this was the hardest video I've made so far, so if you enjoyed, make sure to like and subscribe. And of course, these rankings are going to change in the future, so I might update it. And on that note, this is Mex signing off. It's been real.